Play number 4 was ruled a catch fumble, and then the crew came in and discussed it and changed it to an incomplete pass. And these are some of my favorite plays because this is what we've been talking about. The officiating crew has to come together and help each other out in situations where someone has information that can prevent an error from becoming permanent. That's a great job.
Result of the play with an incomplete pass. Second down.
Look here. Juggling. The ball hits the ground.
Right.
No, there's no doubt about it.
Play number 5 is another great play that shows crew communication. This was originally being spotted up as an interception, and probably the back judge came in and said, no, this is incomplete. So he came in and discussed it and made sure that things got done properly. This is a great call, by the way, and a really tight play, difficult one to get, and you have to make sure that you are positioned so that these guys aren't blocking you out from seeing that action that resulted in the play becoming incomplete. Real nice job by the back judge and the crew. Play number 12 is a quarterback fumble. It's not even remotely close as to whether it's a fumble. The reason I put this in is because of the recovery. So the quarterback gets hit, he's stripped immediately, the defense picks up the ball and starts running, and the referee, who's pretty close to the sideline, is shutting the play down properly because the player who recovered the ball did punch a knee down after he got it. So good call by the referee. Just a little word of warning though on your mechanics. It gets a little crowded over there because you've got a guy on the sideline. So unless you think your quarterback is going to be going out of bounds, you really don't need to follow him all the way over to the sideline that closely. Give yourself a little room, maybe help the crew out by having another angle. But it was a good get. Play number 13 was a fumble near the sideline and a recovery very close to the sideline. I want to talk about that and also the mechanics on it. So you can see the official here is a little bit back and forth with his mechanics. It was a good call. I mean, the defender did get the ball. He's got probably 1 foot down, another foot down before he goes out. But the mechanics are what I'm concerned with. So we're starting at the 14-yard line. And when that pass is thrown, maybe take that one step. That's okay. But that receiver is well within your vision. And when you move up and he starts to move back, that's the time for you to move back down the sideline. He's right there on you. And the red arrow shows probably where your view should have been in order to have the best angle at it. Yeah, you got the call right. But we want to be careful because, number 1, we want to protect ourselves. And number 2, we want to mechanically be in the best position to make the correct call. Play number 15, we're going to move into progress. This is probably the most basic of them all, a backfield progress spot on a sack or a running back tackle in the backfield. 10-yard line, that's the progress spot. So even when he gets taken down at the 7-yard line, wing guys, don't go to that fall spot. Go to the first contact spot unless he breaks out of it or you rule that forward progress has been stopped before he breaks out of it. 10-yard line, easy call. Play number 16 is big time play because it was ruled stopped by progress before the ball came out before he was taken to the ground. And that's a tough call to make, especially in a state championship game, which this is. So what happens was the receiver has it, he controls it clearly, he catches it, spins, gets hit, driven back 2 yards. He catches it there at the 36, he's driven 35, 34, and then the ball starts to come out before he hits the ground. And the official ruled forward progress. I love this call. It's a gutsy call. But if you've got it and you're confident with your judgment on that, that's a good one to get. Play 17 is an airborne receiver pushed back, so his progress is given to him where he's first contacted in the air, and this is where cross-field mechanics are critically important. The near side official is coming up looking for that spot, so far side official, 49.5. Make sure he's up there. If he can't find you, then you come onto the field, pop your whistle a couple of times, and get him the right spot. Play number 18 is pushing back a grounded receiver. So this is a receiver, does a button hook, comes down. He is contacted initially right there at the 40, driven back to the 42-yard line. Again, far side official, this is a cross-field opportunity for you to come in, pop that spot, give him the 40-yard line. That's what we need to have an accurate ruling on the progress for that play. Play number 19, a little bit more of the same. Cross-field mechanics are so important, particularly in the passing and kicking games. So we got the head linesman here. He's trying to rule whether or not the guy is inbounds or out of bounds on his own power. Second quarter, time sensitive. So he says he's inbounds, so he's winding him up. He's correctly looking across the field for a spot from the line judge, who should have him spotted up there at least another 3 yards, and shutting it down because we got the first down. So communication between the wing officials and this cross-field mechanic stuff is critical. Play number 14, we're going to talk mechanics at the goal line. The last play, the official was in a perfect position right on the goal line or in line with the goal line. In this case, we got a real tight play, and you can see the official is a little out of position, and that raises a bunch of questions in my mind. Is the guy down here? Where's the ball? If he's not down here, is he down at the next point, and where's the ball? And if he's not down here, is he down when he's definitely down here, and where's the ball at that point? And the only way that we can really truly understand that is not to be behind the 1 yard line where that official was here. We need to be in a position to see that knee, to see the goal line, and the only place we can see both of those acts is to be at a safe distance in line with the goal line. So it's a good mechanics refresher. Play 15 may be a little bit more difficult because we're starting with the ball on the 6, and guys say, well, I'm not going to go to the goal line at the 6. Well, that's true and not true. If it's a run to your side, you're going to want to stay in line or in front of it. If the guy goes into a pass, you're going to want to get to the goal line, even from here. So as soon as you read pass, you're going to have to try to get to that goal line, be in a position to see that guy stretch the ball. Now, how do we accomplish that? We've got to do a couple of different things on this type of play in order to do that. First of all, the line to gain is the 1. And if the line to gain is the 1, then the chains are going to be in our way if we want to get down into a position where we can properly rule on the goal line. So in your pregame, and also before every single play in a situation where your chains are on the 1, you say, at the snap, I want you backing out so I have a clear lane to get to where I need to be, which is that red line, so that you can see the extension. Play number 17, this is a great example of needing to see the ball. You can't do anything around the goal line until you have confirmed visually that you've got eyes on the ball. And you can see that the wing official comes in and he's spotting the ball at the 1 yard line. But watch this fumble. The ball comes out, we've got a couple of different views of it, and then when we get to the view that shows the angle from where this official was, you can see that it's clearly an incorrect call because he does not have eyes on the football. So as he comes in here, he rules him down right here, and if you look at a stop photo, you might agree. But when you go back and look at this, you can see that the ball is loose. And he doesn't have a clear view of the ball, so he should not have any reason for marking progress. So be careful, particularly around the goal line, about marking progress until you see the football and can verify who has it and when they had it.